Welcome back to this, already the final segment of today's Price of Business. I'm your host, Kipper Price, talking to you about you and your business. I'm delighted to have Lance Malone on us with us here again. Rarely do we get you for two segments. Delighted to be able to do it. He's a contributor on the Price of Business and has a great company called Standard Supply that for well over half a century, 60 years plus, been helping individuals with their air conditioning needs, really helping companies provide the best supplies in the heating and air conditioning arena. And always love having you on, Lance. Tell us a little bit more about Standard Supply and give us your website before you introduce your guest today.
Sure, Kevin. Thanks for having us again. You can find out all you want to know about Standard Supply at ssdhvac.com. What we do, we're a distributor of heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and refrigeration products. And so we collect products from a lot of different manufacturers around the country, even around the world in some cases, and have those available whenever the best contractors in Texas need help taking care of their customers. And I'm really excited today to have Tracy Matthews with us. Tracy's one of the owners of M&M 24-Hour Services there in the Houston area, and you can find out more about them at mm24hrservices.com. That's mm24hrservices.com. Thanks for joining us today, Tracy.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background, how you got into the HVACR industry, and then tell us about your company, M&M 24-Hour Services?
Yes, sir. I started off as an electrician for 26 years now. I've been doing electrical work. Actually, it's closer to 30 now, and recently got into the HVAC after doing building automation for 4 years.
Well, that's interesting. Tell us a little bit about what got you into that, made that transition.
Well, after I became a master electrician, I was introduced to a company that did building automation, and being into computers and electrical controls, it was a natural fit for me.
Very good.
Okay, so how did M&M get started?
Well, I met my business partner, Mary, and we decided to add air conditioning to our line of electrical contracting, and that's how we got started.
Oh, I see. Well, Tracy, tell us, what's the most common reason that people don't replace their HVAC system, even when it really needs to be replaced?
Well, usually there's a fairly high price tag associated with it that they're unable to afford.
I see. Yeah, is there anything that you can do to help your customers that really want and need to replace their system, but they just don't have the money to make that investment?
Well, yes, sir. We have financing options that we're able to offer. Amana offers many options to fit our customers' needs. For example, they have 24 months, same as cash. We also offer 18 months with no interest, no payments, as well as a 60 to 120-month program for rates as low as 5%.
Wow. What's interesting about that, Lance, is that when people think about getting something, a big appliance and that type of thing, maybe you can get it through your bank or your credit union, but especially at that kind of competitive rate, who would think you could get it from the actual vendor?
Yes, and, I'm sure Tracy is like most of our great contractors that offer financing. Some contractors don't offer it. It's really not that difficult to offer it, and a lot of consumers need it. And honestly, it's something that they really might not want to ask you for. Mm-hmm. But they don't have to ask you for it if you offer it, especially if you have a lot of different options. And we've found that over the years, through the different programs we have available, that about 85% of the applicants can get approved for financing.
Interesting.
So, Tracy, wouldn't the extra load of a payment from financing the new air conditioner have a negative impact on the family's budget?
Not necessarily, especially when you consider the fact that the new systems are much more efficient than the older systems. That equates to reduced energy bills. So in the long run, it's actually a positive on their cash flow.
Are there any other kind of risks that the homeowner would want to think about when financing a system over a few years?
Not that I'm aware of. The main thing you want to make sure of is that you're with a good quality, reliable company. We're with the Better Business Bureau and have an A+ rating. So that's always important.
Yeah, and it's really important to be able to check that out and have it validated. I can't believe how many companies still carry the BBB emblem on the side of their vehicles, and they haven't had it often in years. It's pretty scary, actually, if you think about it. That's awesome.
Tracy, when one of your customers buys a new HVAC system and uses financing to help them make that investment, What happens if they have a major breakdown?
Well, that's where the warranty comes in. We offer 10 years extended parts and labor warranty. So if there is a breakdown while they're still making payments, there won't be any out-of-pocket costs to them at all.
That's good. That's good.
You know, that'd be one concern of mine if it was my house, if I committed to financing to put in a new HVAC system, and then it broke down, not having the money to get it fixed and still having payments on it. So that's kind of like the auto industry, where if you purchase an extended labor warranty from your contractor, M&M 24-hour services in this case, that's going to be there to cover any costs that you have for the first 10 years that you own the system. And so you won't be faced with that issue of still making payments and having costly repairs as well.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. How long has your company offered financing like this?
Well, the financing itself is anywhere from 60 to 120 months, so that's basically 10 years.
But I mean, how long have you had that available? Do you know how long you've made that available as a company? Because that's pretty cool. Like I said, I don't hear that very often.
I understand that it's been 5 years now.
Yeah, very cool. Lance, you want to wrap it up for us?
Sure. Tracy, I want to thank you for joining us today and ask our listeners if they ever need help with their air conditioning, heating, refrigeration needs in the greater Houston area, that they get in touch with M&M 24-hour services at 832-526-8103 or mm24hrservices.com. Thanks for being our guest today, Tracy.
My pleasure.
Great job, Tracy. Appreciate having you on. As always, Lance Malone, excellent job. Give your website one more time.
Yes, it's ssdhvac.com.
Do want to remind you, the listener, the best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. And while there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Do want to also mention one last thing. Tracy's phone number is 832-230-4577. That's 832-230-4577. Make sure you give them a shout out there as well. I hope you have a great day. Spend it wisely right here on this station.